kids, and welcome today to Chapter 4, Lesson 6. We're skipping 5, but don't worry, we'll go back to it. So today, my mic, hold on, I'm running back. Today, we're going to be dividing whole numbers by fractions. And we're going to start off with talking about the reciprocal of a fraction. The reciprocal of a fraction would basically be that you would end up with 1 as your answer. And to do that, you literally have to flip it. The reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2. Remember, I said you have to end up with 1 as your answer, which you do. It could be 6/6, or you cross cancel, right? 6 divided by 6 is 1. So the reciprocal of any number is you flipping it around. Right? The reciprocal of a half is 2/1, which would give me 1 at the end. 2/2 is 1. That's the reciprocal. You need to know that because when we're dividing, I'm going to show you this example after I show you how it really looks like when you break it down in steps. So we take a look at this example. It says 4/7 divided by 2. I want you all to look at this, really essential as to why we come up with these answers when we divide. Because sometimes kids will say, I know what to do, I do the reciprocal, I don't know why it comes out that answer. It doesn't make sense to me, but oh well, the teacher taught it that way. This is the why. So no one's working. All the pencils got to be dropped without making a sound. All pencils down. It says 4/7 is my fraction, so you notice I have a bar here that I divided into 7 not so equal pieces, but we're going to pretend they're equal. And I'm going to shade in how many? Well, the numerator tells me how many. I'm going to shade in 4 of these. 3 and the 4th one. So far, so good? That represents my first fraction here, 4/7. You following? The last thing it says is that you're going to divide it into 2 groups. I have to further. It was divided into 4/7. I have to further divide this into 2 groups. Equal groups, by the way, because it was division. I'm going to divide it into 2 groups. Well, if I was going to do 2 groups, there has to be 2 in each of the groups. Following? Questions so far? So, how much are in each of the groups? How many in each of these groups? How many shaded in each of the groups? 2. 2. Out of how many total pieces? 7. That is the answer. Now take a look at that for a second. I had a fraction. They started with 4/7. I divided it into 7 pieces. I shaded 4 because that's what the numerator said, 4. Then I divided that further into 2 groups. So I circled these, and I realized it has to be 2 in each if it has to be equal groups. Then I asked myself the very important question is, how many in each what? Group. And there was how many in each group? 2. Out of how many total pieces? 7. The denominator always stands for the total. The answer is 2/7. Okay, well if I did this way, I would say, okay, typically your teacher will say, make that into fraction form. Oh, I have to put a 1 underneath it to make a fraction form, Andy. Okay, then when you're dividing, as you know very well, whenever you divide, you literally always multiply, right? So the division sign, we're going to switch it to multiplication. That's what you do when you divide, you're multiplying. And Marie, could you move over to make sure that they can see? And then I keep the first fraction the same, like we did here. And then I'm going to multiply when I divide, I do that. And then I do the reciprocal of the second fraction, which would be 1/2. Okay? And then when you go ahead and you multiply this straight across, you get 4. 7 times 2? 14. And then you go, let me simplify that. Divide that by 2. I get 2/7. Or you might have said, oh no, I could cross cancel. 2 goes into 2 one time. 2 goes into 4 twice. I get, 2/7 if you cross cancel, right? Same answer here. You see how quick this was when I did the bar diagram? Boom, boom. Oh, it's 2 in each group out of 7. The same answer each time. Let's go look over here. Now we're not going to do the bar diagram for this one. We're just going to go straight ahead because this is the why it happens. Here I'm going to say, oh, fraction form. I got to put a what underneath it? 1. Remember that when you divide, you always multiply to solve it, correct? So I'm going to switch my division sign to multiplication. The first fraction will stay the same as I'm setting it up to stay the same. And I have to do the reciprocal of 1/3. Now I go multiply. 6, I can't cross cancel because it's 1. Forget it, they can't get any smaller. So 6 times 3 is 18, and 1 times 1 is 1, which gives me 18. Okay? That is what we're doing. So the steps are very simple. That 1, you keep first fraction the same. That 2, you change division sign to multiplication. And that 3, you do reciprocal to the second fraction only. Then you could cross cancel and so forth. Okay? We'll be doing more of these in class. You can see how it works. But that is all for today. Bye.